Thank you. And later today, we'll get an update from Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner about the city's response to coronavirus. We'll also hear more about vaccination rollout efforts. That will happen this afternoon at 3. We'll have the latest for you on KPRC2 News at 4. And that press conference coming as the number of COVID-19 cases in the 19-county Houston area continues to rise. Right now, the total number of positive cases has grown to 508,000. More than 96,000 of those cases are active, which means they're still infected with the virus. More than 407,000 people are considered recovered. When it comes to the death toll, we've reached now a grim milestone. More than 5,000 people have died due to COVID-19. Happening today, Governor Greg Abbott will deliver his annual State of the State address.
COVID-19 and vaccine distribution are among the topics he will talk about. He will also discuss his priorities for the 87th legislative session. The address is tonight at 7. We will be streaming it live on our website, click2houston.com. A live look from Times Square this midday. There is a state of emergency in New York City due to the first nor'easter of the year. A hazardous travel advisory will be in place through tomorrow. Roughly 1/3 of all Americans are under storm watches or warnings today. Heavy snow is moving from the Midwest and expected to blanket the Northeast. Officials in those areas are warning people to stay in and stay safe. NBC's Kathy Park has the latest.
The nor'easter has officially arrived, and more than 100 million Americans are bracing for heavy snow, strong winds, and icy conditions. But over the weekend, the Midwest got hit hard from Wisconsin all the way to Ohio. And as the storm moved east, parts of Virginia saw the bulk of the storm. Crews are working around the clock to keep up with the system. And as conditions went from bad to worse, there were several accidents that were reported. But the snow wasn't all bad news. Over at the National Mall, hundreds of people gathered to take part in a massive snowball fight. And also cameras caught DC's giant pandas having a little fun as they were sliding down the hill. Meantime, here in Philadelphia, the snow is accumulating, and this nor'easter is expected to stick around at least through Tuesday. Reporting from Philadelphia, Kathy Park, NBC News.
Boy, that storm is on the move, and it means business, doesn't it?
Yeah, and really they started off with a little bit of a warm-up. Early this morning, they had about 4 inches of snow in New York City, and that was the pregame of the actual event. Now that coastal area of low pressure has formed just off the coast of New Jersey. That's the actual nor'easter. So winds go on from the northeast around that storm system. That's why it gets the name. And now we have that heavy snow across the area. You combine that with winds gusting above 55 miles per hour, blizzard-like conditions, and feet of snow. Yes, over 12 inches of snow for some spots in interior Northeast. For us, wow, what a different story, right? We have beautiful clear skies, ridge of high pressure dominating our weather, so we get to enjoy a really crisp, beautiful winter day. There's a look at those blue skies over downtown. We're in the mid-50s right now, so it's still on the cool side. I definitely recommend a jacket, and likely you'll want to keep the jacket with you all day long. We're looking at low 60s for those afternoon highs. That's about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than yesterday afternoon, so you will feel the difference. And then as we go through the evening forecast, we quickly drop back to the 50s after sunset. So again, you're going to want some layers on you. We're looking at a cold night for tonight, but a warm up over the next few days. Sion, I'm back with a look at when 70s will be returning.
We will be glad to hear that. Thanks, Britta. Remember, you can track the forecast anytime you want. All you have to do is download Frank's free forecast weather app. Search KPRC in your Apple or Android app store. A development to a story we've been following for years. The family of a woman who was 4 months pregnant when police say she was brutally murdered by her husband is hoping a bill introduced today will prevent it from happening to anyone else.
At the time, Alex Guajardo had just been released from jail on a personal recognizance bond. KPRC2's Brittany Jeffers joining us now live with more on Caitlynne's law. Brittany, good morning.
Good morning to you. Well, this proposed piece of legislation, as you mentioned, focuses here on personal recognizance, also known as PR bonds. And those who support it, the leaders behind it, say they're hoping that this new bill will address what they call a growing problem.
We're passing these things out like popcorn at the courthouse.
Senator Paul Bettencourt introduced this bill. He and Crime Stoppers of Houston and other city leaders say this new bill will prevent defendants from being released on multiple PR bonds. Now, this bill is named after Caitlynne, a case we reported on in August of 2019. The mother of an 8-month-old child and pregnant with her second baby was allegedly murdered by her husband, and police say that man should have been behind bars. 22-year-old Alex Guajardo is accused of stabbing Caitlynne multiple times. According to the Pasadena Police Chief, Guajardo's arrest for DWI and assault on a family member that led to a protective order should have kept him behind bars. But Guajardo was given personal recognizance bonds, and 2 days later, Caitlynne was dead.
Obviously, your world stops. You go numb. The pain is unimaginable. She was not just my daughter, she was my best friend.
This revolving door of the current criminal justice system leaves countless victims in its wake while sending habitual offenders on to more egregious crimes.
This bill would prohibit magistrates from releasing defendants on PR bonds for offenses committed while out on an existing PR bond or on felony offenses where 2 or more other felony charges are pending. So something else to note that was brought up during this press conference today, Andy Kahn with Crime Stoppers says that he has been tracking some statistics, and he says that since 2018 in Harris County, 90 victims have been killed in the county by defendants who were released on various PR or low-dollar felony bonds. Reporting live, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC2 News.
Brittany, thank you.